Welcome to this week's episode of In-Depth Outdoors. Each week, the In-Depth Outdoors staff will take you to North America's top fishing destinations, where we'll fish longer, go further off the beaten path, uncover untapped fisheries in your backyard, and cover more water in search of the biggest fish and the hottest bites. We'll share time-proven tips, introduce new lures, and cutting-edge fish catching techniques. We'll shine a spotlight on overlooked bodies of water and open eyes to underutilized species that feed aggressively and fight hard from hook set to landing net. All this with one goal in mind: to help you catch more fish and have more fun doing it. This is In-Depth Outdoors, brought to you by Lake Master, leading in accuracy, following with success. Thorn Brothers, where real muskie hunters shop. Skeeter Boats. Skeeter gives the hardcore fisherman a boat to match. B-Fish and Tackle. Premium quality jigs and soft plastics designed to help you catch more fish. Skeeter Boat Center, your full-service Skeeter Boats dealer. Come take a test drive today.
Today's episode of In-Depth Outdoors, I'm fishing with Chris Gronrud on Rainy River. I know he's a Rainy Lake guide that many of us all know, but we're further down the pipe today. We're on the river itself between Lake of the Woods and International Falls, and we're here chasing monster river walleyes like this one.
Check that fish out, pal.
Time period is early April, and this is one of the best walleye runs in North America, arguably perhaps one of the best jig bites going. And this is a great example of why we come here at this time of year.
Look at this sow.
Oh, tuna. This is a great way to start this show. This is just a fantastic example of what we're going to do all day long today. And this is one of those truly unique places in North America where it's common for an angler to come out and catch, big numbers of these trophy caliber fish. Chris, I know you don't fish down here a lot, but it sure looks like it right now.
It's looking good, pal. These are monster walleyes.
Let that go. It's my turn. Yeah, this just does not get old. I've got all summer long to catch 2 and 3 pound walleyes.
Yeah, I hear you. This is a special fish and a special bite, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mercy, uncle.
Pull a rod tip down 3 eyes into the water. Oh, there's a lot of white belly.
Ooh. How about that?
Yes.
How about that, pal?
Oh, that deal. Super fish. Come on.
Nice fish.
Every one of them, you got to go in with your entire hand to get the jig back. Which, what you want to see. Super fish.
Well, we're fishing a fair amount of current here, so yeah, we're basically casting this moxie alongside the current and letting it tumble down and just slowly lifting it up over these rocks. This is a big fish. This area has got kind of smaller rocks in here. It's not real snaggy, so what happens is your jig will come down these rocks and get hung up, and actually you kind of just snapping them off those rocks and letting it fall again. They get themselves out into this current and they can really dig their shoulders in.
Wow.
Actually putting quite a bit of pressure on it. There he is, pal.
There it is?
Yeah. Nice. That's a nice fish, huh?
Boy, that fish fight hard.
That, nice fish. Fought like an absolute tank. Fought like a 34-incher. Boy. Every once in a while, I feel it just catch on one of these smaller rocks, and it's more of a lift. In a lake situation, you might be providing a little bit more of the action. In this case, the tail on the moxie is driven by the current, so just a small lift and a hold. let her fall back down again to the rocks, snap, and let it hold again. And that's been what's been triggering these giant fish today. It's always tough to tell the size of them until they actually get out into this current.
Nothing like about a 6 or 8 mile an hour current to really make that fish feel huge.
That's right. These are wrist strainers here. Here he comes, pal.
Oh
yeah,
that a
there we
sweet fish.
Take that fish. Look at the size head on that. Look at the size head on that. Come on, sweetheart.
Is that on that Moxie again?
That is on the Moxie again. Look at that bruiser. Woohoo! Just slugged it.
You know, every fish has such a distinctive fight. And this is definitely a big walleye.
This is a really good sign.
Okay, sweetheart.
Boy, that's a big fish, pal.
Yeah.
That's a
He's
big
not in the net yet. Oh, I love that feeling. Woof, woof.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, pal.
Longer net.
Nice fish. Nice.
I love it when the tail and the head both touch the ends of the net.
Very good sign.
There we go.
Awesome fish.
Just Rainy River gold. You cannot do this too many times and get bored with it. Just a fantastic fish. You know, I don't know what our average is here. We get some that are so much bigger. Just a fantastic walleye. And we'll catch, you know, it's not uncommon to do 75 or 100 fish per guy per day. We're not going to get that many today because of the wind, but we're going to catch more than our fair share of fish like this. Back they go. Today on In-Depth Outdoors, I'm here with Chris Gronrud, and what we're doing is we're fishing on the Rainy River. Of course, Chris is known as a great Rainy Lake guide, but we're here during the first couple weeks of April, and we're targeting these early season walleyes up here in the river. And what these fish do is they migrate up out of Lake of the Woods. Lake of the Woods covers a lot of water, and that means a lot of walleyes come up into this small area, making them very vulnerable to guys like Chris and I. I'll get the net for you, buddy.
I'm telling you, pal. This is a big guy here.
And what we're doing is we're fishing plastics. All plastics for us. Jigs in the 1/4 to 1/2 ounce range, and 4-inch plastics in real bright colors.
I can't even move this fish.
Well, good. Your line sounds like it's pretty tight.
My goodness. That is a heavy fish.
Did you get a good look at him?
I just saw a giant flash.
There it is.
Oh.
Chris, that is a giant.
Check that out. If you need to jump in, go ahead. We'll come back and grab you, pal.
Come on. Come on, baby. Oh.
Look at the size of that fish.
We'll just put that one right down there.
Oh my.
Oh, what a fish.
Look at that. Boy, it's long.
That's that chartreuse pepper Moxie. Chris and I have the opportunity today to get to fish it's a new line of plastics from Bee Fish and Tackle. That's a chartreuse pepper Moxie.
Look at the size. That is a long fish.
Do me a favor and throw that thing on a tape. Let's see what she'll do. Just short of 30, about 29 and a half, 29 and 3/4.
How about that? I'm pretty sure if we could squeeze it, we'd get 30.
What a fish, Chris. I'm pumped.
Take that. When they hit like dolphins, that's a really good sign. That's a good
I'm not
fish.
really familiar with how the dolphin hits, Chris.
A lot like that one just hit. I'm ready for him to jump the riverbank and go through the trees. Boy, immediately they just come into that heavy current. Get every advantage they can get.
This is good stuff, my friend.
Are we having fun yet? Look at this. This is my favorite part. When he gets to the boat like that, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna sit right here. It's actually got a fair amount of pressure on him.
Come on, sweetheart.
Sometimes you just feel a little overmatched, huh?
You're up to the challenge, I guarantee you.
I am. Trust me, there'll be no tag off on this one.
I see you replace your pink line with some fresh red.
I'm glad that you noticed that.
It's a ritual. I tell you what, why don't you walk, let's switch sides so I can get behind you. There'll be a lot of white belly here in just a second. You still fishing that oyster shell?
I am. Oh, how about that guy? How about a little bit of that?
Buddy,
oh my goodness.
That's
Look at
pushing
this.
the 3-0.
Look at this guy. Look at his, look at his head. Look at that big guy there, huh? Woo! And that is what I say, moxie gone right there. Well, I'll tell you what, when you need a 10-inch pliers to get down to it, that is a big mouth. That is a giant, giant walleye right there. Very tight to 30 inches, and look at how fat that is. I'm telling you, wrist strainers here.
Okay.
Stupid good. Oh, look at that big belly. The thing to keep in mind is that, you know, today we've got kind of off and on. We've got rain, we've got sun, clouds, and rain, sun, clouds. You want to make some color changes throughout the day. As a general rule of thumb, you know, you want to use dark colors, the dark time of the day, or clouds, and bright colors in the sunshine. And today we've had some of our best success on a chartreuse and orange precision jig and a 5/8 ounce laced up with these chartreuse moxies, but really a bright color combination. As it gets real dark again, you're going to see us make those changes into some dark colors.
This Rainy River run typically starts each year towards the end of March. And what you're waiting for is the ice to go off this river. It does ice over completely each winter. And as soon as the ice sheet clears, these walleye start moving in from Lake of the Woods. And obviously Lake of the Woods is over 1 million acres. And a body of water that big, you're gonna have a lot of fish moving up a major tributary like this. The peak bite tends to coincide with water temperatures in the 40s. Oh, there we go, Chris. Thank you. And as you can see today, and from this fish as well, a lot of these fish have spawned out already. We're right around 42 to 44 degree water temperature, which of course is that peak spawn temperature. And we're getting a mix, about half pre-spawn, about half post-spawn fish, but they're all really nice. And this is an annual event. Some years are better than others. This year, obviously, we've got a terrific bite. Just one more fantastic Rainy River walleye. Just sitting here kicking back, probably far too relaxed for the quality of fish we're catching, and I just hooked up on a Brutosaurus here. The fishing has actually slowed down for most of the boats around us, and what we're seeing is these larger profile baits with the bigger tail. We're just keeping right on catching fish. And I'm sure it's got a lot to do with that big profile. Plus that tail is just a whirling dervish. It's just kicking and thrashing. It's got a lot more action than your average ringworm. We have caught more big walleyes today than any man has a right to. And I've got another one. You know what? I'm fine with just grabbing them by hand, Chris.
You sure?
You bet. If one got off at the side of the boat, I'd be okay with that. But the way it hit this bait, she's not going anywhere. Oh, I love those big head shakes. You know, I don't know who came up with the idea that walleyes don't fight. I guess if all you can catch is 2-pound walleyes, yeah, not so impressive.
Yeah, they fight like tanks.
Oh, I'm back reeling now. When I fish plastics like this, very often I just cinch my drag all the way down tight, so I get a good hook set, and then I just back reel, so I don't lose the fish. I think we're about to see this girl coming up here at the back. Yeah, this is the walleye. This is the biggest walleye I've had in quite a while. Ah, come on, sweetheart. Oh, geez.
Still with a tail grab it.
No, I think I'll take a net. I think I'll take a net.
We've now relinquished the tail net.
Yes, please.
I'll come in front of you here.
I'm a big talker. Yeah, let's switch spots, because I'm having a heck of a time. She's right behind the boat there. Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful thing. Oh.
If I go in, come back for me.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't think I would have been able to get that one by hand, Chris.
Oh, beauty, pal. Beauty.
Thank you.
Nice fish.
Like I said, I have no idea how many big fish it takes to get sick of it. We're gonna try. I just switched to a silverhead with that Moxie. They've just got so much action. I think it's making a huge difference in our catch rate over what anybody else is, doing in this area.
Absolute tank, pal.
I know. I'm gonna pop that jig out, and we'll let this one go. Oh, I'll see you next year at 30. In this cool water like this, we're in the low 40s. A quick fight, that good hard tussle, quick in and out of the net and release, and they just go off just fat and healthy. Warmer water temperatures, you got to be really quick, but these fish do so well. 42 to 45 degrees is what we've been seeing here today. We're having no problem catching and releasing these fish. Chris, awesome stuff.
Nice fish, pal.
I got this one out by the edge of the current, and what that usually means is going to be a male or a smaller female. We go just inside maybe about 30 feet. The current level drops off quite a bit, and that's where we're getting all those 6, 8, 10-pound walleyes. Of course, with a body shape like that, you can understand why they put up with a little bit less current. It's a lot of work being fat.
That's what we're looking for. Big, dumb, and fat.
Well, this isn't a really small male. I don't think it's not a great big female, but nice fish. Thank you, sir. We're starting to see a real nice mix of pre and post spawn fish. And the thought is fish don't feed right after they spawn. Everybody hears about the post spawn lull. Well, there are instances like this one where there's a really good bite. And this will last for a couple of weeks. Of course, the season here on Rainy River closes on the 15th. So we can fish until the middle of April. So that fish I'll put back. I love this time of year.
My
I
goodness.
love this place. This is a great bite for somebody that really wants to learn how to fish jigs, or maybe they've got kids, they really want to get excited about fishing. Take them someplace where the fish are big and just charged up. And that's, the Rainy River here during this spring run. This is not finesse fishing. This is, what do you call it, hand-to-hand combat?
Hand-to-hand combat, stupid good, and eating your Wheaties fishing here.
Eat your Wheaties. So you had your chewable one-a-day this morning, is what you're saying?
Right. I'm ready to go. This is Olympic-style walleye fishing here, pal.
You know what I love about this new plastic design, Chris, is just that it just displaces more water. It's finally a plastic designed for river fishing that's got a profile to it.
Yeah, it's got a fantastic profile, and in this current, it is just shaking down there.
Boom, boom, boom. Come on, baby.
Obviously, we're not the only ones that like it either.
No. Well, the walleye is the only one that counts. It can look good to you in the package or in the store, but this is where the rubber meets the road with regards to new baits.
Boy, she's shaking her
Here she
shoulders down
goes,
there,
a
pal.
big fish.
Just this little guy here.
Oh, look at that, Chris. It's completely gone. Come here, girl. Oh,
Beauty,
look
pal.
at that.
Beauty, pal.
Typically, this good walleye bite will run almost 3 weeks. Last week of March, and of course they shut it off second week of April. The conditions you need to avoid are real heavy runoff. This river is known for getting real thick chocolate stained water. The bite can get really tough under those conditions. But as long as the water clarity is solid, the bite is probably one of the best bites in the Midwest. In this wind, it's just so hard to control that jig, and there's a shallower rock shelf on the inside here. We put those heavy jigs that we need to use today up in those rocks, and we get snagged once in a while. And this is the second fish I've caught today where the jig has come up out of the rocks after I've been snagged, and the fish just cream it. Oh.
Buddy, that is
Contrary to
another
popular belief,
big fish.
walleyes fight. I don't really mind losing fish once I've seen them.
That's right.
I haven't seen this fish yet, so it just...
I'm scared to look at this thing.
Oh. Hey Chris, my nose is running. What do I do?
You're on your own, pal.
There he comes. Biggest fish of the day. You just hold it right there.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, net man. Drop that down.
Big boy, James.
That is a tanker.
Big boy.
What a fish.
She's 30 plus. That's a big fish.
She's a pretty girl, isn't she? Pop that jig out. That fish is designed to eat some pretty big fishes. Perch, suckers, anything that can get its mouth around. It's a pretty big mouth at that. This is a nice fish. You know what though? Rainy River is starting to show its name here a little bit. We've got the clouds moving in and it's starting to rain. Oh, it's just a good fish to end on. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it a day right now. I don't really want to get rained on. I do love catching these big walleyes though. There we go.
Fish, pal.
You know what? This is gonna go down in infamy as one of the best walleye days I've ever had.
Oh, it's awesome.
I don't know in this show that we're gonna have to show a fish under 28 inches. When do you get to do that?
Oh.
So that's where we're gonna end. I want to thank you, Chris, for spending the day with me. I've had a blast. And I know you don't fish down here a lot, but you do guide here. Anybody interested in a Rainy River guide trip for these monster walleyes, give this man a call. Just grab yourself a bag of those Moxie plastics and hit the river. One of these is gonna be waiting for you. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.